All right, I think we're live. 1 second. Let me just make sure YouTube's giving me the green light. All right, everything looks good and ready to go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream. We first review the watch list and we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I want to give a big thanks to everybody here. We hit over 5,000 subs on Saturday. So super crazy, awesome stuff. And a lot of that growth has been very recent. Ever since we started streaming the market open and just trading. So clearly you guys are liking it. I'm loving it. It's good fun here. A lot of learning. Bad echo from FlameCam. Okay, let me see what I can do about the echo. Let's move this over a little bit. Not sure if this helps, but let me know. Close that door as well. Yeah, so today's Monday. It's what day is today? It's the 8th of June. It's 9:17 a.m. So we got another 13 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading whenever I'm out of trade. So right now I did one trade pre-market. We'll quickly review it. So typically, I have 3 to 4 trades in my cash account per day. Then we'll stream usually a little past 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out the video description below for some FAQs and let's dive into things. Just kind of going through the charts right now. Let's see which one we're going to talk about first. There's a lot of stuff on the scanner today, guys. Just loads of stuff. Whenever I see this much stuff on the scanner, I'm always like, oh, God, it's going to be a little bit probably choppy. And then I found ENOB and SPCB, which both were gapping up. SPCB was 250% and ENOB at 350%. So I was like, ooh, wow, those are clearly the top lead gappers. With floats under 50 million, pretty close to 10 million. So that's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and review those. ENOB, the main lead gapper on the day. I was waiting for this one to kind of see if it holds its highs here. I didn't really want to buy any in this area, but eventually big volume came in. We started pulling higher and we had a nice little 5-minute breakout. And I was like, okay, well, this looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get a little dip here before ideally continuation, ideally maybe a cup and handle pattern and something like that. That was kind of my goal. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I tried to get out a little bit quicker and then I fumbled here a little bit on my exit. I had a limit order to sell at like 15.9 and we just got close to it and I wasn't able to get out. So I ended up getting out kind of on this flush to the downside, which is never the funnest time to get out. But ultimately, that's kind of what happened. So it is what it is. ENOB took a bit of a loss. I had $800 position size. So kind of like a 7% loss. Not the nicest loss to start off the day. And typically, I always reduce my position size pre-market just because I don't trade it that often. I know volume's light. Sometimes the spread is huge. Sometimes you get direct public offerings. I just try to reduce some of my risk. So that's what I did here. Although I could have probably, looking back at it, I'm kind of thinking, now I'm starting my day off, down 60 bucks. Not the worst. We make that and lose that in a trade. It's totally fine. But I'm thinking, since I don't trade pre-market that much, it would be nicer to never start the day that red. Obviously, that would mean never start the day that green either. But that's fine because right now, we're still in the beginning of the challenge and we're still learning. So I figured what I think I want to do from now is probably trade only half position sizes pre-market. That way, I won't be overly sporadic. I won't get bummed out too early. I won't, it won't influence me that trade too much. So I think that's going to be a new rule I'm going to start implementing basically right now, right away. I think it's going to be a good rule. Because one, ultimately with trading, the most important thing is managing your risk. If you can manage your risk, eventually you will be profitable. So I think this is really a risk management kind of category, kind of rule. So I'm happy to implement it. I mean, pre-market, I have to check my stats, but I don't think, it's any sort of game-changing trading for me. Honestly, even in April, was that April? We had one of our biggest losers pre-market. So it's like, if I just avoid kind of pre-market. Actually, that's usually what I do. Avoiding pre-market altogether has been a good thing for me. Sometimes there's some really nice setups, so I don't want to throw in some bias. I don't want to throw in like this, I'm just going to totally avoid it, because sometimes there are good setups. But if I see some really good setups, I mean, this could have been a really good setup. This time it just didn't work out. But overall, I'm just going to reduce my position size. And that way, I don't have to be overly biased. I can get aggressive if I see a nice setup, but still I'm going to reduce my kind of quote unquote risk by just reducing position size. So that's a little bit about what I was thinking this morning. And it's kind of something I've already known and considered quite a bit. ENOB, we're hitting all-time highs now. So this is going to be interesting to see how far ENOB can go. We hit almost 20 bucks. So that's totally off the charts. Big time support, probably a 10. But for now, let's see how far this thing can go down. One thing I want to consider is I typically am very cautious of stocks that are pulling below 30%. If anything, I probably watch ENOB for a potential red to green move. Otherwise, I'm not totally sure. I'll definitely keep a close eye on it. I think I'm going to keep ENOB on this chart so we can all watch it. The easiest, I'll probably keep DGLY or SPCB on my other chart. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here out of the gates. And yeah, let's okay. I was like, wait, I feel like I'm missing something about ENOB. One thing, long-term chart, it doesn't have too many big spikers because it's a fairly new stock. And we're still, we've never had a, how am I trying to get this out? Let me properly word it. It is a Monday after all. My brain hasn't fully turned on maybe. What I'm trying to say here is, we haven't had those reverse splits, pullbacks, dilution, reverse splits, pullback, dilution, right? For biotech, that's typically what you see. And we have not had that yet with ENOB. So it's a fairly fresh stock. We don't know what those all-time highs are going to be. This thing could still go parabolic. So you can be probably a little bit more, this has no ceiling. So it'll be really interesting to see where this thing goes. Also, the catalyst is absolutely insane. Potential HIV cure, completes FDA Interact meeting. I'm not totally sure what the Interact meeting is, but I think this kind of catalyst will definitely get a lot of attention. So we're already up 350% pre-market. It kind of says it all. You guys can obviously go through its own time. Remember, when we're day trading, we're obviously more focused on, does it have a catalyst? How can you generally gauge how good the catalyst is? And then ultimately, you want to be focused on the price action because, we're not swing trading here. We're not investing here. We're simply trading momentum. And then the momentum is typically strong as long as there's a catalyst, or typically tradable. ENOB 14 million float as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but pretty crazy. So this one has huge spikeability. Let's go ahead and talk about SPCB. This is another potential lead gapper. My problem with SPCB is the way it's pulled back so much and finding now big resistance at 2.5, which acted as support pre-market. Had a really nice bounce here off of $2. This thing's already pulling back 51%. So I'm not even really sure if we're going to be giving this one a lot of attention because that is a big time pullback. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Buying this one on that $2 dip, though, could have been a really interesting move. I was more fixated on ENOB, though, this pre-market. So let's see if this one could pop back over 2.6. I wouldn't totally be surprised, but after such an aggressive pullback, there typically means there's something wrong. Maybe there's some dilution I have not found yet, or something like that. So I'd be a little bit careful with SPCB, but it could definitely have another really nice double bottom here at around $2. So could be kind of a sweet open. This one has this was quite interesting. Catalyst, Latvian Electrical National monitoring 5-year contract. So you guys obviously can go through the news catalyst your own time. But 5-year national electronic monitoring contract. So it seems pretty big. Anytime there's some sort of collaboration, some sort of deal, especially with the government or a really large company, those catalysts tend to do very well. So I do really like the catalyst here. 12 million float, Israel Security and Protection Services Company. So, I mean, everything fits the bill. But again, it's probably a little bit overextended, 250% gap pre-market, and that selling off makes me a little bit cautious on this one. So if anything, I might try to do a red to green move on this one, but not totally sure yet. We got another 4 minutes till the market opens. Let's quickly go to DGLY, and always think, what are the top lead gappers on the day? And there's a lot of stocks moving today, so I'm definitely going to be focused here on my small cap movers once the market opens. DGLY had quite the run. This one's kind of been popping up on our scanner pretty consistently last week. So let's see if we can break back above 4. That's the big question. Big support and resistance in this area, and it probably has room to run till about 5 till we see bigger resistance. What I'm nervous about this one is if you check actually the catalyst below, there's a lot of public offerings going on here. So I'm a little bit nervous that this thing is already starting to dilute a little bit heavy here, and it's not going to have some of the fall through that we would want to see. Or shorts are just going to get squeezed constantly, and we will have a bit of fall through. But again, this one's moved up quite a bit already. But it probably does have room to run till. It's really tough to say. Maybe we will see that 5.5. Maybe we'll even see 6. If we see 6, then it'll be a 10 times rally since the low just a few months back. So definitely possible. But again, I'm really nervous with all the catalysts about it, the offerings. 75% pre-market, 15 million float, USA Security and Protection Services Company. So a lot of kind of macro news with the protest on this one. This bounce here was just absolutely wicked. I was looking for a potential buy here at about 2.5. Goes down to 2.7, runs up 30%. Ridiculous, huh? Yeah, Corey, I couldn't agree more with that. When there's a lot going on pre-market, sometimes it's best just to take the back seat, kind of chill a little bit, wait for some of the action to smooth out a little bit. Not to mention, who knows how crazy the overall market's going to be today, especially with TOS glitches. So keep that in mind as well. SPY closed at 319. Now we're roughly at 320. So it shouldn't be the biggest open, but on a Monday after the Friday that we had, kind of feel like anything's possible here. A lot of these stocks that are up today are oil and energy companies overall. We got another minute till the market opens, guys. I'm going to be a little focused here on trying to pick my position size. We'll review some of the tickers you guys are calling out later today. I see you guys calling out CPE. We can check that one out as well. Again, a little bit bigger shares outstanding than I typically look for, but I'm going to be focusing on the lead gapper for sure. See what has the biggest energy behind it. I'm going to put SPCB on my other chart here. Ideally around 400 shares with that open. Another 27 seconds here. Good luck, everyone. Let's see if ENOB, what kind of pullback it has. This should be a really interesting open. Four seconds. Good luck, guys. Markets are all relatively green. ENOB and SPCB are both pulling back here. Both making a strong 1 minute candle. SPCB in the teens. Still a lot of pulling back here. TOS a little bit slow. Looks like 12 is acting as a bit of support for now. CPE halted, good call. Still a lot of selling going on. Looking for a potential entry on ENOB. ENOB is still pulling back here. Entry at 11.9. Still pulling back, 11.5. Closing this position. Trying to close this position. Got out of this trade, unfortunately, for another loss, down about $89 today. Tried to buy that dip, that potential red to green move, didn't get this one. Actually, SPCB had a perfect red to green move, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I was watching this one very closely as well. 12% bounce. So right idea, wrong stock today for me. So a bit of a red day so far, unfortunately. Sometimes you just got to be really careful on Mondays. My trades should be appearing soon here. Let me see CPE, see what time it's going to get unhalted here. This thing was insane, that dip. Whoo hoo hoo, crazy. Ay, 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 absolutely wicked. Hopefully someone got that dip. Insane. So I closed this position roughly at 49, took about a 50-cent loss on that one. Not really the worst. It just feels like it's a bigger loss because we already had that $60 loss in the morning. That's why I was saying pre-market, I want to be a little bit more cautious. SPCB here could be breaking 2.5. Bigger support coming in. $12 million float. Remember, guys, this thing is explosive. KZR announces common stock. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's never good. Yeah, I think TUES maybe got delisted or something. I would have to check that one out. I'm not totally sure right now off the top of my head. Still waiting for a potential entry here. Obviously, ENOB is one of the top lead gappers, but DGLY is actually having a lot of attention as well. Let me go back to DGLY. Had quite an interesting open here at 3.5 and then bounced higher. Very nice move, actually. I can't believe we missed that one. So I'm a little I was probably over fixated with ENOB. Missed probably one really clean move out of the gates, although DGLY is potentially that second very clean move. I'm still a little bit nervous with DGLY though. I think ENOB was up so much pre-market that it really kind of started falling off a cliff after that. Slow day for me. Bit of a red day here. DGLY pulling back. Yeah, probably a lot of profit taking on ENOB. I think you're right, Corey. DGLY and ENOB are the top three of the small caps. Hertz has a lot of volume today, but it's not moving as much as it was. Kind of wondering if ENOB is going to break the 9-minute EMA right now. Still a lot of sellers on this one. DGLY is building up momentum here. I'm just a little bit nervous that this is going to pull back again, probably bounce off 3.5. I don't know. It's tough to say. Oh, DGLY breaking higher. Let's see if we can break past the 4 zone again. It's the big question. Whew. LK halted. Oh, man. A lot of these runners from the days before are getting halted like crazy. We'll definitely check out TUES later. I'm just trying to be a little bit cautious right here. Woo, DGLY, this could be the break of 4 that I kind of wanted to trade, I'm not going to lie. But felt like I was potentially just jumping into this one. NASDAQ hit all-time highs. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting us know. That's crazy. Just absolutely wicked. Looks like ENOB might break that 9-minute EMA right now. I just don't really feel like trading this one right now. I've been kind of put on the wrong side twice now. I would like to see a bit more of a setup. For some reason, although I made 2 trades already, I guess because I used really, really small position size, I could still technically almost make 3 more trades, unless I start increasing my position size. Oh, it's because, oh, that's why, because yesterday, or I mean Friday, we only did 3 trades. I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I was trying to figure it out. I wouldn't be surprised if DGLY was a bit down. Let's go here to Hertz. Hertz has been on fire these last few days. Had a nice little double bottom here on the open and then just rang higher, 15% already. Huge, huge, huge moves. Yeah, for no real reason, that's true. ENOB is the pullback of the century. This one could be done. It might have a really, really nice and big bounce at one point, but you just don't really know when. And if I had unlimited trades, I'd probably keep on trying to buy the bottom on it and just cutting my losses if it wasn't the bounce that I was looking for. But since I only have 2 trades, I have to kind of like think about how I want to really be trading it, because I don't really have the opportunity to do that. Which is a little bit tough. Hertz is flying right now. Huge, huge move on Hertz. Checking out ADIL. Distribution agreement for antibodies. Enter an agreement. They just came out with news. %90 up already on ADIL. Came out with news not too long ago. Long-term chart. Definitely some big resistance at 3. Two zones, big support. I'd probably consider buying this one on a dip. SPCB had that really nice bounce off of 2. This was actually the trade I wanted. I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback though. I was looking into the low teens to buy this one. Didn't get that. I'm oftentimes, sometimes too cautious on that first or the second red candle. But room for improvement, I guess you can say. Hertz with very aggressive pullbacks and whatnot. I really like ADIL right now. I'm going to keep watching ADIL. If I put a light limit order in it, I'm going to be able to see it a little bit better. Actually, let's see if it holds this area. I'm kind of curious. Let's see what the shares outstanding on ADIL are. About 10 million shares, so it probably even has a smaller float. ENOB looks like it could be bouncing here. Sweet move with VAL. See if we can break 2. Right now it is trending higher, not too bad. Could be a good pick here. %37 so far. Not really sure why it's not popping up in my scanner actually, but let's see what happens. ENOB making a first bounce right now. I'm still not totally convinced on ENOB. Usually I would be probably buying this, but again, that sell-off we've seen so far on ENOB has been very, very strong. But oftentimes what crashes that hard tends to bounce really nice at one point. Question is it done crashing? I don't know. It is reaching that, first major support zone. If I had unlimited trades, I probably would be buying this dip right here at 9.8. Boom, and now I would be cutting my losses. So yeah, that's why I didn't do it, because I was limited on trades. So yeah, I guess this time it worked out. Thoughts on Zynga? I don't know. I haven't looked into them yet. I think I was trading Zynga so long ago. When was that? Whew, this is definitely a little bit of the Mondays here. A little case of the Mondays. SPCB finding somewhat of a bottom here again at 217. Having a 5-minute breakout right now. 9:50 a.m. So much time is flying by and we haven't really got any good trades in yet. Do I play TLT? I don't think so. SPCB looking pretty hot right now. Let's see what we can get out of it. I'm not sure if I'll trade it. I don't like how this one's already sold off 51% pre-market. That to me is very, very high. Huge sign of weakness. But oftentimes these things do bounce, and it looks like we're kind of dealing with a lot of bouncers today. So $9:52 a.m. All right, Jay, take care. Oh man, boy class, sorry to hear that. I was thinking about doing an SPCB. Let me know how Lightspeed goes. I'm interested. I was thinking about doing the SPCB buy here at 2.17, but sell volume's really high on it, so I'm just kind of watching it. Could be a nice little bounce though right here. ENOB had a bit of a double bottom here, huh? It's 9:53 a.m. SPCB would have been a good buy at 217. Again, I gotta think about how I want to trade my last two trades. IDEX. Let's see. Sub dollar. Typically I don't trade those. Very, very choppy. I'm not sure. It looks like it has some catalyst on it. 15%. It does have a nice fast rate of change. Big resistance though above it on that 180-day moving average. ENOB, oof. Every time this thing pulls back, I think it's just very sketchy. I'll still be pretty nervous with trading this one. 954. We might start seeing some reversals coming in here, so let's keep an open eye out for it. It's 954. The market open was very weak, so oftentimes late morning we'll start getting a little bit better plays. Hertz had a really nice bounce off of 3.4. About 20-cent move, not too bad. Probably like 6% on that. I just sold SECO on my IRA account. DGLY kind of holding this 3.6 area, huh? I'm just not super stoked about it. SPCB having that breakout that I was hoping for. I'm not long on it though. ENOB still pulling back. Here's a ticker we traded some time ago, WLL. Had a kind of a nice breakout pullback here. 10% moves, not too bad. WLL, another energy company. It's a hot segment. SPCB. Again, I'm watching this one pretty closely on my other screen. MITT had a ridiculous bounce off of 5 and continuing its rally. I hope somebody got this one. I was too much stuff on my plate right now. I'm kind of focused on, I want to pick at least 1 or 2 good tickers. Just keep an eye on here. ENOB, I don't have too much faith in at the moment. $9:56 a.m. Check out the 5-minute chart on ENOB, finding some bigger green volume. Yeah, it's a tough morning today for sure. SPCB, thinking about an entry here on this one. No, it's still pulling back a little bit. Could be a really, really good potential entry though before a move higher. Yeah, still a lot of sellers. Let's see what we get. I think there's probably a really good chance that we're going to see some really nice moves just a little bit later here. Especially getting closer to 12 o'clock. Or not 12 o'clock, maybe 10:30, 11. Nice work, Cruiser, with the call options. OAS looks like it's a little bit on the backside right now of a move. Ran to 225 though, pretty sweet. I probably wouldn't buy this until it was like the 170s territory though, just because that really aggressive kind of backside setup here. I doubt we're going to have a reversal in this area. Whew! Well, at least we could really kind of enjoy the peace and calm with not trading right now. Take some time to do other things like maybe grab some water, grab a coffee. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't done so. Especially if you're enjoying this hectic, or maybe not enjoying this, but just, realizing that it's Monday, realizing that stocks are a little bit shaky, and just ready for when the opportunities are going to present themselves. Look at ENOB, guys. I gotta say, this one could start having a reversal really, really soon here. Sell volume has faded quite a bit. Yeah, it would be a good time to get a package delivered. Much better than at 9:30. Although today at 9:30 would have kept me out of a bad trade. Looks like a little bit of a triple bottom on ENOB. What I'm waiting for is maybe a confirmation that this triple bottom is going to hold here a little bit better. GGLI? Uh-oh, ENOB. Another pullback here. SPCB still looking somewhat interesting. LK bull flag potential. Oof, I don't know, man. That's looks like it's seeing a lot of resistance here. Might try to break out though higher. I see what you're saying, but this is clearly still in a downwards trend. Could be interesting. Let me know what you do with it. Usually I don't trade afternoons, Daniel, because I'm in Germany right now and it gets a little bit too late for me. Because then, you know, you're trying to have dinner, you're trying to check the market, you got, you know, people over maybe. It's too hectic, so I just basically leave afternoon trading alone. And I think I'm going to keep doing that even when I'm back in the States, because I really enjoy the fact that I have, you know, after 12 o'clock I'm done trading. I kind of enjoy the space it gives me. I also, you know, like to do other things, so don't want to be glued to the screen all day. ENOB trying to do a little bit of a pivot here. I'm not totally sure on the States trip yet. Still don't have a flight booked. I'm gonna grab a tea quickly. I'll be right back, guys. Maybe a bathroom break too, but I'm not sure. My water's cooking.
You guys are leaving some funny comments about this dinner. I wouldn't mind trading at the dinner table if everyone else is trading, but if you're the one guy, it's a bit awkward. I couldn't focus either. I'm not totally sure about Delaki. Couldn't comment on that. But I'm just in Germany. I have an apartment here as well. Sometimes I'll spend some time here. ENOB, guys, picking up a little bit. I gotta say, starting to look a little bit more promising. I like these consistent green candles to the upside. I'm waiting for something to reverse. It's 10:07. Usually by now we'll have some sort of reversal. I'm really surprised we're not seeing any sort of reversal. I gotta say it's a bit mind-blowing. Still not totally convinced about a potential entry though. I almost would prefer buying a dip on ENOB instead of a pullback. Because if you buy the dip, you'd already be up, 6%, and then you'd have maybe a little bit more confidence in holding through any sort of pullback. Yeah, I'm a full-time trader. I just also code Trade Journal, and it takes a lot of my time. And so I usually spend my mornings on that. And then making the recap videos and just, some other YouTube videos, it also takes quite a bit of time. So it's kind of like if you include that with trading, that's technically like 3 different jobs in a way, or activities. Sounds a little bit nicer. And then I still do a few projects, some web consulting projects with my brother, with our company Enslow, but that's different every month. No, I don't really trade afternoons, Daniel. Talking about ENOB, it's a really tough to say. I've been waiting for this one to reverse. I thought we were gonna have a really, really nice red to green move, maybe a failed red to green move in terms of hitting a VWAP and pulling back. But I definitely felt somewhat strong on the fact that we would have some sort of red to green move. So that's a little bit unfortunate that we didn't get this one. I even was buying the first kind of candle here to be green. Which I thought at first was a bit more conservative. So I should have, it's going to have been a 6% bounce if I bought the actual dip on that one, which would have been a little bit better. Boy, Claus, I still have you though. It's because I haven't fired it up, but maybe I'll just add you regardless. Can I do that online, or do I need to add? Do I need to do it on the Xbox, or can I just do it on like Microsoft.com somewhere? Yep, I'm still watching SPCB. This one's looking pretty interesting. It looks like it's even having somewhat of a reversal here. 219 getting chipped away. Definitely some volume coming in on this one as well. But still, overall, a lot of selling volume. I'm just over here waiting for some sort of reversal somewhere. Right back. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got all that information written down, but thanks. I'll get you added. What's it going to be, guys? SPCB or is it going to be ENOB? What's going on here? Or is it going to be both? XSPA. That's been a busy one. I think ENOB is just a tough one to trade. It's not giving any clear trading signals, and this could be actually a break to the upside right here. So again, not totally sure how I want to treat this. Typically, this is actually a pretty good breakout indicator, having a little bit of a pullback here. Would be nice to actually even get aggressive right now on this one. Oof. Yep, here we go. That was actually the 1 minute pullback, I think. Bigger volume on this one for the first time. Looks like it's about to break above 10. 10 shipped away, really sweet. Put a very conservative limit order here at 41. Canceling my limit order right now. Looks like we're going to pull back again here. Putting a new limit order. I can get an entry at 39. I would do this one. Otherwise, I probably won't. Closing this one. Not sure if I'm going to, probably won't go ahead and do it anymore. Potential breakout on ENOB though. Didn't like the amount of selling volume on it. This could be a good setup. I'm not sure though if it's gonna break, if it's gonna have the continuation. I'm a little skeptical. Yep, totally true, Kelly. That's why I only wanted to buy this one if I got a nice dip. Otherwise, I'll be leaving it alone. SPCB, looks like it had a bit of a triple bottom here, even quadruple bottom, you could almost argue. Bit of volume coming back in on this one. I think ENOB might just keep pulling off. We've been in this situation many times before. I don't really feel like there's a super big reason to jump on it. I was trying to take about maybe 5%, dip buy, kind of pull back on this one. Let's check out CPE. I know you guys have been hot about it. It is trending higher here. Wasn't the biggest fan of the massive resistance above though. No real catalyst either. It's up quite a bit. Could still run though. It is trending higher right now. It looks like even 513 might get it chipped away here. It's always a tough day when larger caps or mid caps or just typical companies that aren't your classic gap and goes have a lot of momentum because the macro news is pretty hot on them, and that's kind of the play today with the oil companies. They're all really bouncing off some lows. Also airline. Renee's LNG in US. I hope that one works out, man. Sometimes they really pop higher though, but it's tough to say. It's a whole different strategy with the swing trading these small caps. I'm just really trying to mind my risk here. Ooh, look at them sellers at 214, 16,000 shares. That would have freaking made me, I don't know. That probably would have made me jump ship a little bit there. DGLY also kind of holding this area. I got to say it's a bit impressive. I wasn't expecting DGLY to hold this area so well. I thought it's going to pull back below 3.5 and then it was basically going to be an end of that story. SPCB guys pulling up. That was the move we've been waiting for. ENOB, whew, such a ferocious pullback this thing constantly has, huh? Watching SPCB, had a nice higher move, bigger volume coming into it, had a clear 5-minute breakout. So let's see if we're going to jump on this one. Anything in the high teens would be pretty sweet entry, I think. Kind of aggressive selling volume though. I'll check out BORR. $10.21, guys. BORR, right? Not BOR. Yeah, pretty nice move so far. I was thinking about the SPCB pullback at the 219 area. Didn't place the limit order though because just the overall sell volume didn't have my confidence in it. It could test VWAP though, could even break VWAP. That's kind of what my goal was. 226, this could be it. I'm just nervous because that volume is very light on it. Still have 2 more trades I could make today. We're still down a little bit. PRTY flying under the radar. Honestly, today's just not the best gap and go day trading day. So if you realize that and you kind of, accept it, and then, if we are able to squeeze away a 3-4% profit on some sort of dip, that'd be great. Otherwise, there's no need to really keep trading. Just be mindful of the fact that these breakouts are very weak today on at least the main lead gappers that we're looking at, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, board's creeping up here as well. Look at that breakout it just had. Phew! I was just about to say, I wonder if it's going to break 2. And then just wham kablang. Man, oh man, this thing, it sure is exciting to watch. DGLY finally broke up higher here. $10:24 a.m. I don't know. I'm really not into DGLY. I mean, the amount of offerings this stock has been coming out with has made me extremely skeptical. SPCB could be breaking out here. 226 getting chipped away. Buyers on 226. Yeah, it looks like SPCB is doing the breakout. SPCB and DGLY are both breaking out while ENOB is pulling back. At least with ENOB, it's a good sign of why we want to close positions quickly, cut our losses quickly. SPCB is pretty hot right now. Yep, totally true, Hugo. SPCB is still going. Phew! Hopefully some of you guys snagged this one at the 26. I missed it. Oh, fortunate. Let's see how high this thing's going to go. Nice, Corey. Super sweet. Honestly, when it didn't break that 218 that last time, or at least didn't go any lower, that probably would have been a good time. Then we had some nice green volume coming in. Always, 2020 hindsight. Yeah, super sweet, man. You're up over 20 cents a share right now. That's really, really nice that's like 8-9% profit on a $2 stock. That's sweet. SPCB is definitely back in the game for breakout traders. Big volume on this one. Oops, sorry, I just realized I've been watching it on my other screen the whole time. You can kind of see it here. Big volume, 2.5. Whoo. Ah, man, I feel you. I totally missed this one altogether, although I was watching it. I could have, should have, would have been, if I didn't have that big pre-market loss, I probably would have wanted to take more risk on SPCB in terms of, or not necessarily risk, but just, taking a bit more chances on buying this one. But I didn't want to have an unnecessary, just get stopped out again. SPCB, guys, really showing some strength back in here. All right, guys, looks like the late morning started officially. Let's see if we can get a little bit more follow through at SPCB. That was a lot of selling volume on that first pop to the downside. Buyers are again back at it though. Instantly ripping again. I gotta say that's quite impressive. In the 260s. I was not expecting that kind of move. Woo, Corey, beautiful trade. That's a nice trade. That was a huge ripper. Yeah, I think ENOB might have a chance, but it's going to be hard to say when it starts reversing, when is that going to be? What do you guys think the dip's going to be on SPCB? Going to the 40s now. VWAP seems to be holding all right. Still watching ENOB. A lot of sell volume on SPCB. We've pulled, looks like down to 39, 38 even. I was actually thinking about buying that one in the 30s, 37. Just missed that entry a little bit. Let's keep watching it here. SPCB trying to break 260. I gotta say, this came out of nowhere. $260 looks like it's gonna crack here. 261. Wow, 10% move already. I would not really feel comfortable buying this potential breakout, although I gotta say this could be a little bit more of an ABC pattern here. This could be a really nice move a little bit later. So SPCB is still only at $40 million volume today. Looks like it's about to break 2.75. Wow, where's this volume coming from on this one? Yeah, Corey, that's super true. Boom! SPCB breaking out again. Whoo. I still have potentially 2 trades to make today. SPCB bouncing off some major support zone right now. Could be an entry here. Check out the 5-minute chart, big volume down there. Quick pullback. I've been not really comfortable with SPCB. The one trade I did wanted was at this pullback here. It was just 1 cent a little too conservative. Otherwise, I would have jumped on it. This could look really good though. I don't want to throw out any biases right now. It does look like it might continue here. Second pullback right now. Or it might break the 2.6 and then find some new support again at 2.5. It has had a really nice move so far. 5-minute chart makes me want to say 2.5 a bit more. Yeah, Bour's having a nice little bounce here. SPCB just had a little bit of a fake out breakout. Let's see if the 50s hold. Big flush down to 51. There we go. You know, good call, Kelly. 5-minute breakout on ENOB. Watching ENOB, ideally on a bigger dip. It's been a tough one to trade though. Yeah, good thing we removed the limit order. Had a feeling that could happen. I like the volume though we're seeing here on this one. This could be a nice attempt back to the upside. Keeping a close eye on SPCB though. Watch out on SPCB. It looks like this bounce is very, very weak. Oftentimes when we see a weak bounce, it's a good indicator that it's going to keep pulling back. Ooh, what a slow day. DGLY is definitely trying. Gideon, all it takes to get out of any OB is you gotta sell it. You just click the sell button. Market's not up too much. Here we go. SPCB pulling back again, guys. Remember, it's 10:42. Heiko got a nice dip on Hertz. Sweet stuff, Heiko. Nice move on that. Man, I'm over here just absolutely not really sold on a lot of these setups that we're seeing. DGLY had a really nice bounce, seeing kind of a big resistance here at 4, kind of had a double top. ENOB finding a little bit of support. I gotta say, I'd probably only be buying ENOB on a bigger pullback. It could happen any moment for sure, Gideon. Wee. Could SPCB be the one to really have the afternoon rally? That's the big question. All the dips on this one would have been pretty good so far. I was trying to trade almost every dip, and somehow I didn't get an entry on any of them. Each time I was a little bit too conservative. That's kind of how I am. Sometimes that's how I am once I'm a little bit red on the day, which is a bit annoying, because if I was green on the day, I probably would have pulled the trigger earlier on SPCB. Kind of knowing that is it's good to know that and acknowledge it, but it's kind of an annoying thing still. $4.10, yeah, I see it. Sweet. $10.47, guys. Big breakout here on DGLY. Sweet trade, Hugo. And it's all these public offerings these guys were announcing. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, ENOB, it really is tanking. SPCB also looking a little bit shaky overall. I know what you mean. What I'm nervous about with DGLY is that they come out with an offering news or any sort of news. These guys came out with some pretty radical articles and PRs pre-market and whatnot, causing these big drops from 450 to 250. But hey, at the moment, this thing is absolutely rallying. So. I'm not sure if I can get any more skeptical about DGLY, but let's try to just, watch it. SPCB looking like it could crack here. My paws are off of it at the moment. Wow, we are getting so many pullbacks today. Who's trading DGLY for potential breakout past 4.5? I feel the same. Today's honestly one of those days that you know it's not a bad day in terms of you can just kind of wrap up early and not have to worry and kind of trade another day. And I think that's basically what I'm more or less going to do, unless I see some sort of phenomenal setup. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just kind of chasing around here a little bit. NKLA halt going up. Let's check this one out. Wow, yeah, that's huge, huh? That is a big move. I like this little cup and handle breakout, although not much of a handle. It ran 25%. Sweet stuff. Anyone get that? Hike, are you still in Hertz? Because it's quite a nice bounce it's having, I gotta say. DGLY making moves higher here. Boom. Absolutely wicked with another breakout. This is the one we were talking about, might see 5, might see 5.5, and it looked like it's going to happen. Big position size on this one. Sweet stuff, though. Yeah, I know the feeling, Gideon. My problem with DGLY was just the offerings that it constantly had. I felt like I lost a lot of trust in DGLY knowing that, but I guess the overall, since we're really limited on what we can trade today, there's just not that many opportunities. So sometimes you just gotta get whatever you can. SPCB dropping off a cliff here. I got like, I would probably say 2 trades left. DGLY might break this $5 area. SPCB might look for a potential trade here. ENOB just broke $8. TG, probably right. That's so bad. Yeah, Matt, I got that. Thanks for all that stuff. I still need to go through. It, but I glanced over it already. Some pretty wild stuff you got going on there. The overlays. Pulling up XSPA on my other chart. Let's see what I can dig up here. Had a bit of a bounce day. Close at 230 from the day before. Yeah, with ENOB, you typically, a stock that's up 350% does tend to pull back a little bit. But I was expecting at least some sort of bounce or reversal by now. So I got to say I'm a little bit disappointed in the all overall fall through we've had with ENOB. $8 is a critical support zone, but I would probably even argue that $7 is even more of a critical zone. This thing has just been one straight candle to the downside. Still just a lot of selling volume coming on that one. Let me pull up MTT. MITT. Yeah, so far so good on this one. Nicely breaking out. Creeping higher here. There's an open and close roughly in this area at about 8.3 and then 8 again. Yeah, Corey, that's exactly why I've been kind of keeping away from DGLY. A roller coaster ride you do not want to be on. One where the tracks can just disappear at one moment. That's how I feel about it. MITT pulling back here. This could be a backside bounce on MITT. Could be interesting. SPCB had a bit of a breakout again here. Could be starting to trend higher again above VWAP. Did break VWAP though, was pretty decent volume, but now it's kind of back at it again. So would probably look for a dip around 2.4. Question is, can it hold this area a little bit? 11:09 a.m. guys. DGLY still pulling off here a little bit. SPCB does not have the nicest spike history. That also makes me a little bit nervous. Also hasn't even had that much volume yet today, when one of the last spikes SPCB had only ran. You can see here the daily chart. This spike was quite big, but totally pulled off in the afternoon, even though much more volume on that one. MITT might be pulling back again here. This kind of reminds me of Friday a little bit. If I used all my trades already, I'd probably be pretty happy. I'd be like, there's nothing yelling at me in terms of, this is really exciting. This is a really nice entry. So I'd be totally happy with not trading, and that's why I'm not jumping on anything yet. And if I don't do these last two trades today, that's also fine. I might keep an eye out for an afternoon entry though, if I don't do these two trades by like 11:45 or so. NKLA, what's that one up to? Here we go, MITT pulling back. I was kind of waiting for this one to happen. That's why I was leaving it here. First pullback we had, it's about 8%. 8% would get us to about 6.5. GNUS, I'm not sure. Let me pull it up. $6.5 is huge support on MITT. I know with GNUS, it's could find some support here at 5.3, backside of a big move. I'd be really nervous if they cracked 5. I mean, this thing had a tremendous run up to 11.7. I don't even remember what the all-time low was on this one. It was in the cents. This was a tremendous move, so I don't know. I wouldn't be trading GNUS mainly because I don't like trading the backside of these big moves. But it could try. It's always going to constantly try to retest the highs, and every time it fails, it's probably going to keep pulling back a little bit more. You know what I'm kind of curious of that we were talking about this morning? Somebody was calling it out. TUES. This is one of the former, it wasn't a lead gapper, but it was a gapper to some extent. This thing sold off super hard not too long ago. Let me quickly check here. Yeah, bounce on the 25. Maybe it wasn't KZ, was it KZG? No. KZR. Maybe it was KZR, I think. KZR. No, it wasn't KZR. I'm not totally sure. There was one that totally got whacked today. Former gappers. Whoa, look at this former gapper. CH. This was a runner not too long ago. I always like to have a list of the former gappers that we were looking at. Sometimes they can be nice dip buys. Sometimes you can trade them again. DGLY, back in the game. Any opinion about SPCB? You know what? I wish. To be honest, it's tough. I was constantly waiting for this one to have a reversal. It's not really holding its highs too well. The one thing I wanted out of this one today was this kind of move here to the upside. I missed this breakout, and then I missed this dip buy, and that's a little bit unfortunate because those are the two moves were kind of what we were waiting for. So I don't know how I want to be trading SPCB anymore. It seems to be just kind of pulling back from here. But DGLY is having a nice little flag pattern. Technically, this is a breakout right now. This could be a breakout buy. I feel like it'd be more of a fake out, but yeah, again, I'm a little bit pessimistic with DGLY just because of that pre-market action we saw on it. So this is a clear breakout right here on the 1 minute. Big question is, are we going to get followed through? I mean, I've been quite wrong on DGLY, so it seems like I wouldn't be surprised if it did have absolute resolution. Gideon, that's how I feel a bit today. I'm kind of in the same shoes as you today, which is a little bit annoying. We, again, having a bit of a slow start to the month because of a little bit choppiness in the overall performance. Yeah, so DGLY could be having a fake out here. I don't like that that breakout volume was red. It'll happen soon enough, Gideon, no worries. Remember, since it's 11:20, sometimes these breakouts are a little bit slower. They're a little bit more choppy. I always have to remind myself to give these breakouts a little bit more time later in the day, but I don't really, give it more than 3 attempts. At that point, I'm still breakout or bailout, which tends to work pretty well. At this point, I kind of feel like I'm going to be waiting for an ENOB reversal. I'm not sure if we're going to get one or when we're going to get one or whatnot, but I would like to trade ENOB potentially. It just could be a little bit later in the day. Remember we were talking about this kind of 7 zone being massive support? Well, we've definitely reached the $7, and we're definitely bouncing off of them. So I'm going to look for a potential entry on ENOB. Oh yeah, IVR guys. I'm quite astonished how this one's moving. We were looking at IVR several times in the past. Putting a limit order on ENOB right below the break of 30. Let's see if we can break here, ENOB at 33. $28, we did break it. Into the teens. Trying for a low teen entry. IVR is kind of rally Sally, huh? Yeah. So what I was trying to do on ENOB, I missed my entry again. Wow, today I've been missing a lot of entries. Big support here at $7. That's the main thesis is big support line bounce potential. I'm going to try again to get an entry here, but it's kind of even hard to tell because it's just been selling off lately. And we have a big, with the VWAP, it's kind of very aggressive. But again, we had a nice little pullback here, broke 20s, and that's where I was trying to get an entry. So I'll probably leave my order here for a little bit, see if we can get a little dip buy. And then that's really what I'm looking for is a support line bounce on this one. So not really anything too interesting to watch. But for now, it looks like we might even be breaking higher here. Big dip buyers came out on this one. So on a stock like this, I'm only going to be buying dips. I'm not going to be really buying the breakout pullbacks. So really around big support zones is really what I'm looking for. Otherwise, I'm not going to be trading ENOB too aggressively, just the way it's been performing. I'm actually going to cancel this order for now. I'm just going to keep a close eye on it. It's on my second screen. Obviously, I'd rather be buying breakouts, but today we have not been really getting breakouts. Well, I mean, IVR, perfect example of we have been getting breakouts, right? But just not in the classic stocks that I'd be looking for. So today was definitely more of macro petrol news, energy stocks. So they have been really performing really nicely today. I'll keep an eye out for ENOB. Maybe we break $7. If we break 7, I'm probably looking for a reversal spot on that one. But yeah, I mean, right now, if I bought ENOB, if I got the entry, I'd be up 40 cents. I'd be closing my trade. I'd be making, 5-6%. And that's exactly what I wanted. And that's what I'm looking for with ENOB. I have a limit order again on ENOB at 721. Yeah, Hike has a really good point. South Florida Fishing Channel. It's very risky just kind of holding and hoping. If I was holding and hoping ENOB for my first entry at $15, that would have been really, really miserable. DGLY, guys, I gotta say, very impressive. This one did hold its highs. Very slow breakout, though, overall. I probably would have got shaken out like 10 times on this one. SPCB has really not been doing too much of anything. Closing my ENOB order. ADIL thoughts on. Let's check out NKLA first. I know this one's been shouted out quite a lot. I'm not always looking at it. I was thinking about maybe even buying a dip on this one, but you know it's not really the classic stock I'd be looking for. I probably would not be trading NKLA till around 50. Maybe there's support at 50, maybe even 47, something like that. I'd probably be looking to get more aggressive in this area. Otherwise, I don't really think I'd be trading it. But yeah, if this VWAP zone cracks, I wouldn't mind picking some up. Today really might be a day where I actually do a little bit of afternoon trading. I'll be wrapping up the stream probably in like 11 minutes or so anyway, just so I can take like a little break, and then I'll come back and kind of trade a little bit if there's opportunity. You know, if we see something kind of trending to the upside. SPCB low volume and selling. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything too interesting on SPCB yet. I'm not sure if there's anything specific you guys are commenting on or want me to comment on. ADIL, wow, what an aggressive sell-off this thing has. Had a nice little bounce here off the lower end of VWAP. 13%, 14% bounce, not too bad. PRTY had a huge pullback, just got dumped in like 3-4 candles. 20%, and then just a phenomenal bounce in this area, 14. Can we go to IVR? IVR can't stop, won't stop. This thing is on fire. 20%, huge. I just kind of feel like I'm totally chasing this move if I would be going long on it. So I don't know. Just don't really feel that's one too much. So this is what we were talking about on NKLA. I mean, if we wanted to trade this one, I mean, obviously it's pretty expensive, but you know, 14 shares or so. These are all not classic tickers I would be looking at. Having a bit of a VWAP bounce right now. I'd probably maybe consider trading this one if it broke that. We would need 16, maybe even 17 shares. We have the big breakout kind of started here in the 48s. XOG. Hold up, we're about to break NKLA. I mean, we're about to break the 50, it looks like. Got my alert in case we do. Yeah, I mean, this one hit earlier today, big resistance on the 180-day moving average. We're kind of like right in the middle of key support and resistance right now. If this thing holds and starts trending to the upside, I'd probably consider trading it, but otherwise, I don't know. I mean, it's a hot sector right now. But at the moment, it's a bit of a gamble. I think there's a good chance it could crack the 0.9 area. ENOB doing exactly what I wanted it to be doing. Here we go, NKLA pulling back. This one's really picking up some steam right now. ENOB, this is a little unfortunate. It's doing exactly what I wanted. I missed that entry. We'd be up like 70, 80 cents a share. ENOB looks like it might break $8 any second. Just watching this one out of the corner of my eye right here. This could be the break. 798 getting chipped away. This looks like the break of 8. Phew! Exactly what we've been waiting for. Ah, can't believe I missed that one. Boom, there we go. Big question on how far NKLA is going to go down, but I think there is a really good dip buying opportunity that just kind of slid by us. OAS, I'll check out OAS quickly. NKW stock B water. Oh, that's so bad, Heiko. I hope that doesn't happen to anybody here. ENOB is creeping up pretty nice though. Exactly what we were talking about. Whew, Heiko, that hurts. Bounce. That one time it bounced over you know, the 5, 6, 7, 8% zone. Tricky stuff with those dip buys because you're trading on the backside of a move, which technically means you know, the move is over. So you don't know always if the reversal is about to take place or not. ENOB looks like it's trying for a little bit of a dip here. Yeah, you just don't know. You just don't know. So it's always good locking in profits. It's the best thing you can do. ENOB pulling back. Be very careful with this stock. It has a tendency to have nice little dips. Nice trade, Sandy, or at least nice dip buy so far. Let's see how far of a dip we're going to get with ENOB. Don't really see this thing going under 50 cents. Happy to hear it, Corey. That's good to hear, man. I actually enjoy them as well, as long as like I kept still feeling in my legs.
I am standing after all. ENOB, guys, 779. Getting a bit of a pullback here. 771. You heard, South. Appreciate all the likes, guys. We hit some serious records lately. ENOB trying to pull back one last time here. Again, I find it really good just being extra cautious with ENOB. Could bounce right here and then have a failed continuation. I wouldn't be surprised also if that happened. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna pull back. I'm just gonna leave this chart open here. I'm still waiting for DGLOI to fall off a cliff. I don't know why, but I just don't trust anything about that stock at this moment. Doesn't mean I'm not going to enter it. Just, that's how I feel about it. Nope, I'm in Berlin. XOG broke dollar. You know, I really, really strongly feel like we're going to have some sort of afternoon explosions because every time there's a morning that's this slow, there definitely tends to be some sort of afternoon rally. Nostalgic. It can be nice, I suppose. It can also be a little stressful. Some big sellers coming in on ENOB. 5,000 shares just went through. Android's wondering if I'm going to hold DGLY overnight. I'm not trading DGLY, and I'm not holding stocks overnight. Berlin was closed due to coronavirus, but it's pretty much open again. There's still a lot of like rules though, like, you know, keep your distance, whatnot. But I was recently at the gym, and it was open. But then like the spa is closed kind of. So there's like it's not 100%. Movie theaters are also closed, so it's kind of weird. ENOB looks like it could be pulling back really soon here. Just watch out with this one. Could be breaking 50 right now.
review some of the facts here with ENOB. Pulled off 64% already from the highs. It's quite an aggressive pull off. Looks like it's pulling back one more time here. Was up pre-market 350%, 14 million float. So it does have that spike ability. US biotech with the potential HIV cure. Very, very slow. Just keeping an eye on this one. I want to watch a few other things as well. CHK at 43. CHK was such a slow, interesting mover. Closing my limit order on ENOB. I see what happened there. Yeah, just 24% rally, yeah, all the way to 5.9, and then it gets halted. I'm surprised this stock is doing what it's doing. This used to be on our watch list actually a couple of weeks back. David's wondering where I live. I'll answer that in German. Also ich wohne in ich weiß nicht, ob du das kennst, aber es ist in die Gegend von Mauerpark, halt in Berlin, in die Ostseite von Berlin, die alte Ostseite. Wow, guys. I think we're going to have some sort of play at one point today. I don't know when, I don't know where. Probably ENOB is going to have a phenomenal bounce at one point. I don't really see it happening just yet. Maybe we will be able to do some sort of dip buy here if it goes down one more time. I don't mind living outside the US. I like doing both. I think US has a lot to offer as well. I mean, well, both. Yeah. I would honestly like to see ENOB break 7 and then really start reversing from there. Just kind of like weed out some of the hands. Get a little spike in volume and have a reversal. Just like, oh my God, what a slow day. Yeah, Mount Park is pretty sweet. Yeah, Mitte is cool too. I like Mitte. I'm kind of on the border with Mitte and Payback. Oh, I believe it. We're starting to see a few stocks here trend to the upside. We got BORR above VWAP, kind of holding the area well, pulling back a little bit. I think this afternoon could be a bit of a reversal session. We just got to keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out what has volume. Can stew, yeah. Well, that's a good start. That's more than I know in other languages. It's not a bad like to be, Gideon. I appreciate it though. Hertz breaking higher. Man, what is up with Hertz? Just has bankruptcy protection news and it decides to go up hundreds of percent. I don't get it. I definitely, you know, if this one has a good setup, I definitely want to jump in on it because I've been proven wrong so many times. It does have some bigger resistance at about 4. ENOB could be breaking out here. Koppenplatz. That's fun. I'm not sure if I know Koppenplatz. I'd have to look it up. I know Kollwitzplatz. ENOB might be breaking higher here. I'm going to try to get entry near 51. Close the order. Yeah, ENOB has been a little bit of a letdown for me. I missed a few good bounces on this one already. There's nothing wrong with the stock pulling back like this if you can just snag the bounces. This was the big bounce that I missed right here. This was a 15% move, right? So it's really, really nice opportunities. They're just a little bit harder to find. And I don't like to buy these breaking out. I like to buy these pulling back, ENOB. Yeah, just kind of missed the pullbacks on it. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Near Rosenthaler Platz. Yeah, Rosie's pretty sweet. That was the first place I stayed there at the Circus Hostel when I was on a road trip through Europe. That was the first place I stayed basically after the road trip. OAS taking off. Coming out with a bit of a catalyst here as well, beating down all the stocks are soaring. These would probably be really nice swing trade opportunities on these, I gotta say. Valid point, David. ENOB, good thing we pulled that limit order, still pulling back. That's a sneaky little stock. SPCB, Heiko's calling out. If you guys are totally new here, remember we're going to make a recap video later today. So definitely don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon too, so you will get notified when that video comes out. And then tomorrow morning, we also go live at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list and trade the market open. I would love to see you guys again. So definitely subscribe, hit the like button. We're going to be trading a little bit longer here. Didn't expect to go this long, but I keep thinking I'm going to get an entry, and I don't want to end the stream right before I think I'm going to get an entry, but at the same time, it's past 12 o'clock. I don't really want to be trading anymore. And if I get another trade today, you guys are going to either figure out in the recap video, you guys are going to figure out in my $25,000 challenge trade journal, and you guys can also, obviously, tomorrow morning, I'll review any trades I did not get on video first. Before we go over the watch list, just very quickly to get it on video. So other than that, I don't know. I might do some afternoon trading, but it really depends. Are the opportunities going to be there? And if they are, then I wouldn't mind. If they're not, otherwise, I'm not sure. Today was really, really hot with these oil stocks. I'm going to put an alert here, see if SPCB starts pulling up. I wouldn't mind jumping on it if it does. I also don't want to get in the mode where I'm just looking for stuff to jump in on. That's also not a very healthy place to be at when you're trading. Oh yeah, GNC, huh? GNC also was capitulation sensation. And yeah, low of 38 cents. I mean, that is just absurd. LK is also kind of trying to trend higher here at about $5. This could also be one of those classic swing trade opportunities, actually, LK. I like the fact that it's finding support. Obviously, I would have to dive into the company a little bit more, know what I'm trading, know some of the recent news on it. But just based on technicals for potential swing trade, as long as it doesn't like file bankruptcy or anything like that, we broke above big support and we pulled back to it today, and then we could be bouncing off of it. That's kind of my general thesis. So this is a pretty classic support line bounce. That's how I look at LK. Yeah, so pretty sweet there. I think there's a really good chance that ENOB is going to go back to maybe $8, maybe even break $8. Good potential for a 50 cents a share trade. I just don't really think it's going to do much more than that. At least right now. Maybe it will at one point. So many of these stocks are just looking so similar. I know a lot of you guys are looking at OAS. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of OAS because I already hit some big resistance, but if it maintains this area, it could just keep breaking through it. But I'd be watching this one much closer in terms of I'd be a little bit more nervous on it. So much resistance in that zone. Yeah, there goes ENOB. So another kind of thing I was waiting for. We'll see. We'll see what we do today. It's tough to say. I don't know. Right now I'm down about 89 bucks, which is not too great because I kind of gave back my profits from Friday, and I really don't like being in that swing mode of giving back profits. It's really, I think it's like one of the most stressful things as a trader. But I traded to a little too aggressively today for a Monday. I should be saving this kind of energy for like your typical Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, guys, I'm definitely going to wrap up here. My eyes are starting to shake a little bit. I think I need to give my brain like a little pause. I'll be working on the recap video. I'll be working on some other things, and then we'll see if there's a good opportunity. I'll jump on some afternoon trading. Otherwise, I won't. You guys will definitely know first thing tomorrow morning for sure. And maybe you'll in the recap video if I get it before then. Don't forget to check out Trade Journal, guys, if you have not done so already. There's a link in the first link in the video description below. There's some more cool links once you go on there, and then you can also create an account. It's totally free. I know somebody was wondering if it was paid or not. Trade Journal is 100% free. I'm actually losing money on it because of server costs, so it's like, but not too much. So it's pretty cool stuff. And if there's something that you would like to see there, just email support@TradeJournal, or let me know here, and I'll make sure that we can get it added at one point. The backlog is pretty huge though, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of cool stuff coming though. Thanks, TG, and hope you guys are all safe too, healthy, making some nice trades. Be careful out here today because it looks like I don't know, ENOB might still be pulling back, but it looks like some other ones are some really hot picks. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see what the afternoon happens. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I definitely enjoy the streams. It's always good fun here. A lot to learn. And I will see you guys then this evening, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. So till then, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.